The winter chill and the holiday music are in the air. So what is that doing to the real estate market? Hey everybody, it's Alyson with Live South Denver, your real estate strategist and realtor for the South Denver area. All right, let's dive right into those December numbers. We had 2,900 homes go under contract. That is 500 fewer than the month before. So we're at a 14% decrease month over month. But hey, compared to this time last year, we are still up 24%. We saw 2,900 closings. That is down 400 versus the month before. That put us down 12% month over month, but compared to this time last year, we are up 10%. 2,600 sellers decided to list their home. That is down 1,800 from the month before. That puts us down 41% month over month. But compared to this time last year, we're even. We have a change of 1%. Inventory dropped by a few days. We didn't even drop a full week. We've gone from 3.3 months of inventory to 3.1 months of inventory. The average days on market increased by 2 to 46, and the median days on market increased by 3 to 29. Now, on to those December home prices. The average closed price for all homes, $686,000. This is down 16% month over month, a decrease of 2%. Year over year, we are still up 5% though. The single family home price average is coming in at $756,000. This is a decrease of $18,000, also a 2% decrease month over month. But single family homes are still up year over year, and that is by 3%. The average condo and townhome price is coming in at $457,000. It only dropped $3,000 month over month, which means our percent change is under 1%. And year over year, they are down. They are down by 2%. Moving over to those median home prices, the median price of all homes sold is coming in at $580,000. This is a drop of $13,000 and a decrease of 2% month over month. But year over year, we are still up 3%. The median single family home price is $630,000, a drop of $14,000. So a month over month decrease of 2%. Year over year, almost neutral, only up by 1%. The median price for condo and townhome comes in at $407,000. This is an increase. So this one went up and by $7,000. So they got a month over month increase of 2%, but compared to last year, again, roughly neutral, down by about 1%. Not surprisingly, the list price to sales price ratio is ever so slightly continuing to inch its way downward. Last month it was at 96%. This month it's at 95.8%. All right, so what are your takeaways? Well, everything that the market is doing right now makes complete sense. We are in the holidays, we are post-election, it is our quietest time of year. Prices should be bottoming out. We should hit our bottom in December, in January, and then start our slow upward trajectory, peaking around June of the following year. We really rarely vary from that cycle in our market. So we are on pace to be doing exactly what we ought to be doing. But what is different about where we are now versus where we have been in previous years, if we look pre-COVID, because it was such a huge blip in our radar, we have just such tight inventory. And that is a huge part of these dynamics in our market right now. If we go back to 2017 to 2019, we are off the mark by 500 to 900 single family homes on inventory now, comparing this November to Novembers of those years, and off the mark by 400 to 700 attached homes during those years. We should have so much more available inventory, and we don't. So that is really what is tightening up the market so much. It's what's keeping prices elevated. Everyone thinks prices should just be tanking. This market is so uncomfortable. Buyers don't want to buy, so sellers should be dropping their prices. Well, yes, rates are higher. In fact, they're probably 2.5% to 3% higher than what they were back in 2017 to 2019, 5 to 7 years ago. But it's the lack of inventory and the fact that we still have buyers who want to buy that is keeping us where we are. On average, prices are $200,000 more than they were then. And much of that has to do with the fact that we had that huge COVID peak. And even though there was some recovery, there is still so much pent-up demand. So we are going to continue to see prices increase. Rates are beginning to come down. The feds have promised that that trajectory is going to continue, even if it's ever so slowly. My gosh, could it be any slower? They came down and then went back up. We were in the low 6s and then we went back up to 7 and now we're in the mid 6s. And I think we're all hoping for just this slow, continued downward direction. I don't think it's going to be that neat and tidy. But I am going to stand by the advice I have given before, and I always say the same thing. Buy a house when it fits in your timing, fits in your schedule, fits in your budget. Don't try to just time the market. It's like if someone does that, I'm going to drop a dollar bill down the wall and you put your hand on it and you catch it. It's very rare that you do. It's almost like winning the lottery. It's hard to time the real estate market the same way. So get the house when it fits, when you can do the payment, and then refinance down so that you're saving on the interest piece on your principal. Our market now, today, looks somewhat similar to where we were last year. Now, last year, rates hit a high of 8% in October, and then we're moving down. So rates today are a little lower, but this year, when we were in the spring, January, February, rates hit lowish 6s for a short set of weeks in January, February, and our market was hot. It was competitive. Even cash buyers were competing. Buyers were losing out. Sellers were happy campers. And it goes to show you how quickly the market can shift and how very quickly buyers will enter and sellers will find themselves going, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. They may not be prepared. So sellers who were thinking I'm going to list in March or April aren't ready to capitalize on that. Buyers who weren't prepared are going to miss that window because rates will then move back up. And I think it's entirely possible that we could see the exact same thing in our spring market in 2025. I do not think it's going to be in early January and February. And it's because we have inauguration, we have a transfer of administration. There is a sense of uncertainty still among the populace on both sides. Let's be realistic there. And in the marketplace and globally, just with a transfer of administration. So I think it will come later. But as rates move down, there's going to be a point, a tipping point, number-wise, and the closer it gets to 5, even at 6.1, 6.2, it's going to trip something in the market just like it did in early 2024. So be ready. If you're trying to time the market, have that in your mind. Again, I don't recommend it, but if that's what your mindset is, it happened already once this year, it's going to happen again. So buyers, if you can buy before rates hit the 5s, I highly encourage it. Sellers, once you've decided to sell your home is an asset. Do not think of it as your place of memories, your cozy place where your family gathers. Think of it as an asset. Your asset has fluctuating value in the marketplace. It's fluctuating with the seasons. It's fluctuating with market dynamics, and it's fluctuating with its condition. What are you doing to it from the time you decide to sell it to the time it hits the market, and from the condition it's currently in to how you can improve it? There are multiple layers of strategies that we can use to maximize the value of this asset. So buyers and sellers, if you want to get strategic about how we can maximize your dollars in the market in 2025, please reach out. I would absolutely be thrilled to chat with you. And I will see y'all next week.